Good morning, welcome back to the channel. Today's Sunday. It's about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I didn't get a start as early as I thought I was going to or wanted to this morning. Yesterday was pretty beneficial. I was able to get the corner off the side of the shop over there, get the siding cut back so we could tie onto it, and then I was able to get 4 of the bays framed. What's really noteworthy about yesterday is each one of those girts I measure individually and make sure that they fit in there nice and snug to help firm everything up. I built a couple of these buildings and I don't want to say they've been crappy, but usually there's some significant difference there as you go up with the twist and such of the 6x8s or 6x6 pressure treated posts. They're usually not too great. But yesterday, in 13 feet from the bottom to the top, all those girts, on the first bay, I lost 1/8 of an inch. And then on the second bay, I gained that 1/8 of an inch back at the top. And the third bay was the exact same measurement on all the girts from the top to the bottom. That's pretty incredible. Today, what I'm gonna do is try to get the 6x6 posts that are gonna serve as the door frame for our barn doors. I'm gonna try to get those in. I've got the holes drilled already. I'm gonna notch out where they tie into the truss. I'm gonna notch out 1.5 inches for 5.5 inches at the top of each of them. And what I'm gonna do is screw them to the trusses and hang them. The holes are drilled about 6 to 8 inches too deep. That way when I pour concrete, the concrete will go down underneath the post. So right now, I got that first one in and it's being suspended by 2 timber lock screws at the very top hanging on the truss. I've got a couple of boards down there at the bottom that are help carrying some of the weight. So I'm gonna get the other one notched out and then I'll have my dad come back up here like he did on the first one and give me a hand for just a few minutes while I get it lifted up there and put a couple screws in it. I'm actually gonna take this opportunity to explain a little bit more in depth about what I did to notch this. As you can see up there, I wanted the outside of the post to be flush with where the siding is going to be so we can use it to put all the trim and siding on. In order to do that and not have to block it out like the rest of the building, protrude out 1.5 inches, I took it out of the post. I notched it out right up here, 1.5 inches for 5.5 inches. There's no real good tool to do that. Some people like to use a chainsaw and rough it in, and that's just a little too rough for my style. So I'm gonna use this opportunity to show you how I do it. It may seem labor intensive, but it really doesn't take that long for how good of a product you end up with. This is the post we want to notch out. I've got my saw here set to 1.5 inches, so that's gonna cut down 1.5 inches, and I've got a mark right here at 5.5 inches. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. That may seem labor intensive, but I didn't time it. Maybe that was 30, 45 seconds. I think it's worth it. And the end product is perfectly square. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go up there at the top, now that that post is installed, and I'm gonna measure over 20 feet exactly because that's exactly what I want our door opening to be. I'm gonna measure over 20 feet and I'm gonna make the mark, and then that's going to tell me where I need to put the second post. I'll also use this opportunity, as many of you probably know, that's gonna be near impossible for one man to do up in the air. And this bad guy right here, this is the Bosch Blaze laser measuring device. And the way it works is it knows that this, from the back of here to the face of this is a pre-programmed amount, whatever it is, 3 inches, 3.5 inches, whatever it is. It actually sends a laser out and it tells you exactly what the distance is. So as long as you can see where the red dot is, it tells you, I have this set down to the 16th. It actually goes down to the 32nd if you wanted it to. But yesterday, also on here, on the sidewall framing, there's no way that I could have done that by myself, getting each individual measurement. And this thing's a lifesaver. I'm gonna leave a link to this in the description. They're actually very reasonable and I highly recommend it. I use it all the time. Well, I guess I'm really not showing you guys anything, so I'll move the camera. What I'm doing here is continuing on the girts. I'm kind of doing something a little goofy. We have flat girts, which a lot of people call commercial girts, where they're on their side instead of on the outside wrapped around the building. Commercial girts are a lot stronger, but where we're tying these two posts in, it makes the most sense to just stick them there like that. All these are accomplishing is providing something to screw the siding to on 2-foot centers all the way across. So it's really superficial. I don't know if you can tell in the video, this post right here is one of the big 6x8 posts that we installed when we did the rest of the structural posts. And sometimes when you order lumber like this, these green treated posts, sometimes it's a crapshoot and you end up with some pretty nasty ones. We were actually pretty fortunate on this load. They were all pretty nice, except for this one right here. And since these two big ones right here are not structural, there's no weight on them because these are clear span trusses. Again, also superficial, but every little bit that you can add to it helps it out structurally. But we ended up with one post that had a pretty good curve to it. Again, I don't know if you can tell by the video. I'll move the camera back and get a little better view of it. You should be able to tell this post right here, about halfway up, it curves pretty hard that direction. So it looks kind of goofy compared to this post, which we just installed. That's actually going to be our barn door frame, so we wanted to make sure that it was perfectly straight, and it is, but it looks goofy against that one there. So all these girts that I'm putting in here on 2-foot centers, I have to measure each individual one to fill that gap. Even if it is a little crooked, it's irrelevant, but if you cut every one to where everything fits tight, just helps everything not be able to move. So that's what I'm doing right now. Now I'm going to turn my music back on, since I'm going to fast forward the video and get rid of the audio. Thanks for watching, folks. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to my channel, and drop a comment below.